This is Jaeel Beato, and you are listening to the Zeroed In podcast. Sit back, relax, and zero in. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Zeroed In. I'm here with my guest,
My name's Steven, Asuncion.
Steven. How are you on this fine day, first of all?
It's a pleasure to be here, Jaeel. Pleasure to be here. I'm doing good, Going day by day. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. I don't know.
School's finally over. That's a good thing.
I know, I'm happy about that. It was hard, to be honest, but the first year, but now we're going into our second year, and I honestly feel ready. So
I don't.
So first off, I want to start by just having you introduce yourself. Who are you? Just tell us a little bit about you.
Sounds good. My name's Steven Asuncion. I'm Dominican. I go to the University of Massachusetts Lowell. My major's business administration, but I have a concentration in accounting. My real career job or my dream job is to become a firefighter. So I'm currently working towards building that and becoming a firefighter.
All right, awesome. So I want to talk about how you grew up as a class clown. We know this. Everyone who knows Steven knows that he was basically like the class clown all throughout elementary, middle, and high school. Looking back, do you feel that being the class clown had sort of like a positive impact on the relationships that you built in school?
100%.
Wow.
That actually correlates with me wanting to be a firefighter because every single day I went to school, I would always fuck around with people. I'd always make jokes and stuff. So, I just always loved seeing people. If I could brighten their day a little bit, crack some jokes, even if they're out of pocket, it was always a good time. And I built a lot of my relationships like that with all the people. Nobody really has anything against me because I never
Right.
stepped over boundaries.
Yeah. No, I mean that's true. I mean I've been in some classes with you, and you were really annoying, yeah. But no, I mean honestly, it really
But it brightens the class. I feel
yeah,
like.
and it just made it interesting, to be honest, because
every day
class
you
was
have something
boring.
to look forward to.
Class was boring, and then that just kind of just made me laugh. Even though I was annoyed, it made me laugh. So.
I got some videos of you being annoyed.
But so with you being a class clown, right? Did you ever feel I don't know, misunderstood by your teachers? Did they think that you were just not gonna succeed, or you were gonna stay like that forever?
Not just my teachers, but a lot of my friends, because I feel like once you act like a class clown, people don't really take you as serious when you are serious. So if I was going through something, people would just start cracking jokes, and I'm like, it's not the time. I was always misunderstood for that part, but necessarily with teachers speaking on me, saying I'm not gonna do good or succeed with the way I'm acting, it never really happened, because I still I kept my grades up. I didn't fail any classes really, so I kept my shit straight.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's perfectly said. So how was your transition from high school to college? Describe that feeling of finally going into college, not really knowing what to expect.
Yeah, it's surreal. It's especially living with your best friends that you've known since middle school and elementary school. It's just coming into living together and just becoming closer every day, getting food together, adjusting to a new life, not having your parents around, actually having to take care of yourself. My mom can't wipe my ass for me anymore. Nobody can take care of me. I got to make my bed in the morning. I got to wake myself up, and I got to go to my classes. It's a lot of transitioning. But over time, you eventually get used to it, and you just start to fall into the calendar. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, exactly.
You get adjusted to it, and it's just, you enjoy it. You don't have, because you have this set of freedom that I could be out. Me and Miss Sal could go to out and just run across the bridge or something.
Yeah.
2 a.m. No, who's gonna stop us? Nobody's gonna stop us. We're on our own timing. We do what we want. You grew up always you always obeyed your mother. You always went under your parents' rules. Yeah. I did as well, but to an extent, because sometimes when my mom was out of pocket or was just dragging it, I wouldn't fall by it. So I would just, if she calls me and tells me I gotta be home by 10, and it's nothing's going on, I'm like, why would I have to be home at 10? I'm 18 years old. I'm a man. I'm pretty much an adult. I have my own car. I have my own job. So if I want to be out at 1 a.m., I'm going to be out till 1 a.m. So I did that eventually when I got older, but as I was living under her house, I followed under her rules. So if she asked me to clean around the house, I did my job. I always made sure she was satisfied with what I was doing in the house. But when I want my time to enjoy myself, I'm going to enjoy myself, whether it be late at night.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, as you should. So did you always know you wanted to go to college, or was that something that did you always know that?
I didn't think about college until senior year.
No?
And I was just fuck. everybody's going to college. Everybody's gonna like has these goals. But if I don't go to college, what am I gonna do? Because I can't really do anything for my firefighter until like I'm 19 years old,
Right.
and I graduated at 18. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I decided like I might as well just go to college, build an education, meet new people, create connections, and just experience it while focusing on building a degree or getting a degree.
Yeah, and you do go to a community college, so like, did some judgment come from that? Because I know like some people.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck yeah. I fucking hate that.
I know it's like people like judge people that went to community college, and it shouldn't be like that.
Talk about that. So I mean, I went to my first semester. I had to go to Middlesex Community College, and my second semester actually. So I was still living on the UMass Lowell campuses, but like while I was attending community college classes. So I was just gaining like, oh, you're a community college kid. You shut the fuck up. You go to community college, this and that. I'm like, my tuition's free. I pay for just housing. My classes, I'm still getting all that credit that's going to be transferred over to the university this fall coming in because I already got admitted. So if all this goes well, I saved myself money. Like, honestly, I saved myself, God knows how much I was going to pay at Lowell. But, like, I know people paying, like, $5,000 a semester, $15,000 a semester. And I'm over here just, I don't got to worry about it. I don't have any debt right now.
Exactly. It's like, I don't know why people judge those people that go to community college. Like, you know, you're honestly doing what's best for you. And that's what matters at the end of the day. Like, it doesn't matter what anyone thinks, to be honest. It's just like.
And it's not my main goal. Like, I'm doing this because I want to do something in the meantime.
Exactly, yeah. And also, like, anyone that doesn't go to college, it's also okay. Because, you know, people have, like, different.
You could still be very successful
without college. I know a lot. Well, I mean, I don't know, but. Like, I've heard of, like, a lot of, like, really successful people that never went to college and they're millionaires, you know?
No,
so it depends on, you know, the connections you make and also the work and effort that you put into whatever you do. So I want to talk about now, like, relationships that you have outside of UMass Lowell. So you go to UNH, right? So how do you maintain that relationship? How do you maintain that connection, like, going to separate schools?
It's an hour drive. So it's not like it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Within the second semester, I had no classes on Fridays. So I knew if I was to go finish my classes on Thursday, I could drive that hour to UNH and actually be with her and spend those 3 days with her. Mm-hmm. Sometimes even more, like especially towards the end when like there's no real like classes aren't serious anymore and you don't have to go. So I think it's just like a lot of just communication, just, you know, like FaceTiming, calling, keeping each other up to date. If you're going out, let me know. If you want to talk to me, let me know. And just having the trust is the key thing. Like, if you don't have that trust within a relationship, break up. You're not going to make it through college. But we made it through our first year, so. And we'll make it through these next 3.
Exactly. That's perfect. Yeah. I mean, it's really the communication is key. Just keeping 100%. That intact. And, I mean, everything should be fine. And it should be easy. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Yeah. So, now, I want to talk about making friends. How has it been making friends in college?
Well, that's since I've been to these 2 colleges. I mean, you build connections with people through, like, social media. You know how, like, most colleges, you have a Snapchat story. You see people posting on that. You could just talk to them through that. Like, you know, if you, like, you build connections through the Snapchat, honestly. Yeah. You go out to parties and shit, or, like, your other friends build connections with other people. That's how you meet people, and you just continue. Like, I know a couple people at Lowell that, like, they text me and they want to, like, meet up in the garage. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, I barely know them like that, but, like, we can kick it. Like, yeah. I'm open to it. I'm always open to making new friends. At UNH, God, there's people, like, I have more friends at UNH than I have in my own college.
Wow.
Because there's just some people that are just, they're a lot better over there. Like, no offense to UMass Lowell or anything, but, like, they're just a lot more, like, authentic. And, like, I feel like I fit in with them a lot more than I fit in with the people at Lowell. But yeah.
Okay, and so now, like, to kind of like change the topic a little. Well, the same topic, but like a little different angle. How do you define a true friend?
True friend, they're from the start. If you need them, they're always there. It could be 3 a.m. and like, we have our own group chat on Snapchat. I know you know that. The flow. We have the flow, and this goes for everybody in the flow. Miss Jaeel, Jaeel, John, Billo, even fucking Brian. Yeah, that little guy too. They all go, like, even if Brian needs me to this day, I'm still there. That's what a true friend is. Even though we're not on speaking terms, you're there from the jump. You were there for me through rough times, and I'll be there for you through rough times. We've known each other since how long? 3rd grade, 2nd grade?
Yeah, 2nd grade.
So, like, we go way back, and our parents know each other. We always, if you need help with money, I give it to you. If I need help with money, you give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, we don't starve. One of us doesn't starve, and the other one goes, like, is full. That's the way I view it. If you have enough for me and yourself, you're going to feed you and me.
Mm-hmm.
If I have enough for you and me, I'm going to feed both of us. But if we both don't have anything, we starve together.
Oh my gosh, that's so perfectly said. Like, wow, that's really
And that's how
the best definition that you can give.
Yeah, that's what I view as a true friend.
I want to talk about how, like, so you know, like the concept of like best friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or a best friend. Like, do you believe in that? Like, you have like that one best friend, or is that kind of like what are your thoughts on that?
I don't think I have just one best friend. I view everybody, like, within that group chat, like all of us, we're all best friends. Yeah. I don't have just one person who I prefer over the other. I feel like all of us are on the equal level. Like, you know, I don't see it as just one person. Like, of course I have my girlfriend. Mm-hmm. She's one of my best friends, but like still I have multiple best friends.
Yeah, I mean that's the same thing goes for me. I've never really said like, oh yeah, like this one person is my best friend. I feel like I have like each of my friendships are equally valuable.
Exactly.
And I mean, you know, they're different but equally valuable. Like I'm not gonna like I'm always gonna be there for each of my friends. You know what I mean? Like
that's exactly how it
equally.
Should be.
Yeah. So I want to talk about like issues within friendships. Like when you've had these issues, like how did you approach it? Like how did you deal with it?
Well, can you be a little bit more specific? Cause like, what kind of issues? Like it depends on them. Like,
so for example, like,
name any issue.
For example, being cut off.
Cut off. That's
like
a new one.
Yeah.
How do I deal with it, or like?
Like how did you, like what
feel about it?
Yeah, like how did you feel about it in the moment, and what action did you want to take, if that makes sense?
So if I'm being cut off, and that person truly does not want to be part of my life, so be it. If they didn't play a part in my life and they don't want to be a part of my life, that's perfectly fine. Everybody has their own values, their own opinions, and you got to respect that.
Exactly.
But within my friendship, if you want to be my friend or one of my best friends, you have to understand we're best friends. If we're that close, I should be able to touch you. I should be able to do whatever I want without you getting too uncomfortable. We understand each other's boundaries. We don't exceed boundaries. We don't set boundaries to the floor. We keep them minimal and understandable so that we don't go too far. And if we do go too far, don't be a bitch about it.
All right. I mean, the statement is there. So I asked this like one time, like to another guest. Has there ever been a moment where you were wrong in a situation and you thought you were right, but you never admitted to it in that moment? And do you wish you had admitted to it?
No.
No?
If I truly feel like I'm in the wrong, I will apologize to that person. But if I feel like I'm in the right and I'm like strong, I stand on it, I'm not going to pity them. I'm not going to be like, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I should have been. No, I'm not going to do that. Because that's fake. As a friend, I'm going to give you nothing but my sincerity, nothing but my honesty. So if we're friends, I'm going to give you the hard truth. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to give you the hard truth. And just, yeah, that's like how it is. It's nothing like I can't force you to do anything. I can't, yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, honestly, like, honesty is
I kind of forgot the question, like, in the middle of it, so.
No, it's okay. I mean, honesty is really, like, the most important thing, like, in terms of, like, maintaining a friendship. Like, when you're blunt, honest, just, like, direct, I think that's really the best thing.
And some people just don't like that.
Sugarcoating is an issue, honestly. Like, it's really...
No. And I don't do that.
I hate that. Like, sugarcoating, like, nothing should be sugarcoated, to be honest.
Yeah, and, like, yeah, so if I feel like I'm wrong, I'll apologize. But there's been so many times where I feel it in my gut and I go with my gut. If I think I'm right and I know I'm right and I have everybody else's opinions and they think I'm right as well, or if some don't even think I'm right, I'm still going to stand by myself and keep true to what I think. If I believe I'm in the right, then boom. If there's anything we could do, like meet both ways, then maybe like I'll apologize, but not really like fully. Okay. If that makes sense. Because like we could find a way to work it out, but if they're being like completely over the top, there's no way we could just meet in the middle. I'm not going to be the first one to apologize. I don't apologize unless I really need to. And you guys know that about me.
Yeah, I do. So, not to shift gears a little bit, let's talk about your career in firefighting. What are your plans for that?
So, I just turned 19 last year in September. So, this year, I believe the test opens up in July. Okay. I have to pay $70 for the test. It's a written test and a physical training test. My goal to score on the test, and I spoke with the district chief for the fire department yesterday. I got to shoot for a 97 or higher, and it's not that hard, but it's not going to be easy. It's definitely got to take some time to study, but if I do that, there's always a good chance of me being able to get on the list, and from there, we take the physical thing, see how I do on that, and just make sure I don't fail anything. If I fail anything, boom, I'll see you next year, because there's no coming back. But yeah, so from there on, it's just a waiting game I'm playing right now.
Hey guys, so before you continue watching the rest of the interview, Steven actually offered to give us a little tour of a couple of fire departments here in Lynn. So let's go ahead and go see them. All right, Steven, so you brought me here. Where are we, first of all?
So welcome, guys. We're in the city of Lynn. This is one of the fire stations in our city. This is the investigation unit where they report on whether something's declared arson or they just investigate any fires that happen within the city. This is where all the paperwork usually gets done. It's the boring spot. I don't really think there's any trucks here, but that's about it. This is the Lynn Fire Department EMS headquarters. When I was here, I did my CPR certification with them. Everything went well. This is a nice place, but it's not where I want to work. Hey guys, so we're here on Broadway with the headquarters in Broadway. This is home of Engine 10 and Ladder 4, as well as Medic 1 and Boat 1. So we have the only medic truck here in Lynn is located at this headquarter right here. In this station, we also have Engine 10. It's an engine truck that carries 1,000 gallons of water. We also have Ladder 4, extends up to 100 feet. Medic 1, we also have the boat for any ocean missions or some stuff like that. This is where I was trained during my program. This is where we did a lot of the hard work. We climbed ladders. We climbed actually up this building. I've been on top of this building and a little bit higher on a ladder in my suit. So yeah, this is where I want to work. This is where I know most of the firefighters. None of them are out yet. They're probably sleeping, but this is where I want to work.
All right, Steven, so get started. What is this place?
This is the headquarters. This is what we call the big house in the fire stations in Lynn. So this is where the big chief is, the actual coordinator who is the boss of all the other firefighters in the city. This is home of Engine 3, Ladder 2. I'm pretty sure Engine 3, I don't remember, so don't quote me on this, but 500 gallons is what Engine 3 has. Ladder 2 extends up to 100 feet as well. We also have these two little things. I don't know what the C stands for, actually, so that's new. But this is the headquarters where we actually, on our last day of the program, we talked to the firefighters and just got like the basic rundown of what it's like, honestly. And then we also had a firefighter dinner where they prepared us food. And I also put on the firefighters to a show called We Bear Bears on Cartoon Network. Plug that in right now, Jaeel.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. And then this is also one of the last fire stations in the city that actually have the firefighter pole that you slide down whenever there's a fire. From what I heard, the firefighters don't use that anymore. They just go down the stairs like regular people. But it's still cool to know that they have that in here. But yeah, this is the big house.
Did y'all get to use like all the firefighter equipment?
Yes, we were trained on all the equipment. I was trained on the SCBA. I was trained on going on air, all that stuff, putting on my bunker gear, all that stuff that weighs tons of pounds. I've climbed up at least, I want to say, like 60, 70 feet on a ladder. It's terrifying. It wobbles, but I loved it. I love the job. It's what I want to do. There comes a fire truck right behind you.
Ooh.
They're going to come in here.
Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. And y'all getting some good footage. Like, damn.
That is Engine 3.
Have you ever driven one of those?
No, but I've turned it on. I've definitely turned it on.
That's nice. That's nice.
And it's hard to turn on, so I don't know how people drive it. It's like a whole bunch of buttons you got to press just to turn it on.
All right, well, let's make our last stop then.
Let's make a couple more stops, y'all.
All right, Steven. So now we're at the last stop. Tell me about this Tower Hill Fire Station that we're just.
So I've been to this station the least amount of times, but we've probably driven past it the most in our lives because we go to school around here.
Yeah, we have.
But this is just home of Engine 9. It's a small station. I don't really know how many firefighters stay in here. There is a fun fact about this one though. If you come over here, cameraman, this was the place like back then in like the 1900s or like stuff like that. I don't really know the fucking year. But this is where they kept horses, and they used horses instead of trucks back then.
Damn.
This used to be the stable where the horses would be. All that good stuff. Other than that, I don't really know much about this station, other than it's just home of Engine 9. I don't know how much water's in Engine 9. You have any questions for me, Jaeel?
I guess a question that I have is, how many times have you actually like been here, like to like do some of like the training?
Never.
Never?
This station's the one we just drove past it a couple of times, but we never really did anything. The one where we were on Broadway, that's the one where we did most of our training. The big house, we did the firefighter dinner, and we did like fire extinguishers and stuff like that over there. But this one's really, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing really special. I don't even know if there's trucks in there right now.
Yeah, I don't think so. But this is actually a question that I had like that's not related to this station, but. So when it comes to like obviously being a firefighter and you know you have to go like stop the fires and all that, like do they also teach you to like how to rescue like animals and things like that?
Yes.
Or, like,
so I think I brought this up when we were having our discussion during the actual podcast, but we were sent onto a mission in Lynn Woods where like there was a bunch of us. We had different like squads, and my squad was on drone unit, so we used the actual like police drone.
Wow.
And we scanned the area. We found there was like a little dummy they used. We found the dummy, and then we had walkies, and we sent out like a message like saying squad A or squad B location something like north.
Okay.
And we did all that stuff, and we sent out a team. We got a stretcher and everything, and we pretended like it was an actual real fire rescue mission.
Wow.
And I think on the last day that we had our fire program, we also had like a whole like drill, like a whole practice scenario where like some guy let us use his actual house that he like bought, like it's his own property.
Damn.
And we actually like they put off smoke in there and everything, and it was like a real fire unit. And so like I got to go on the truck, we drove there, everything like that. We put our gear on. I was on air. I had to climb up a ladder. Wow. I think they made me climb on the roof, and I was the only one that went on the roof.
Damn.
And then I heard the captain say, "Oh, he's not supposed to be on the roof. He's not supposed to be on the roof." Yeah. So they let me off the roof real quick, and I was like, "Why the fuck they make me do this? I'm the only one." And then climbing the ladder, breaking through a window, all that stuff. Damn. It's crazy, but like, it's just the adrenaline you get from it. It's the best. I cannot wait, because I hate waking up early, but when it comes to being a firefighter and it's something you enjoy,
exactly,
I'm gonna look forward to waking up every single day and doing my job, knowing I can make someone happy.
When you enjoy something, and especially with this too, that you
make the sacrifices and you enjoy them.
Exactly, and you're also basically like you're helping people, saving people's lives. Yeah. Who doesn't want to like look forward to that? You know what I mean? So, well, thank you so much for showing me all of this. This was awesome. And continue watching because we're not done with the discussion. So, sit tight. We're almost done. But, yeah, we'll see you right back at my house. So, do you feel like you're like physically and mentally prepared for like the demands of that job, because it's tough, you know?
No, yeah. So, mentally, I know that I'm there, but physically, I know that once you're on the list and a fire department wants you, they send you off to it before you even become a firefighter. You're in training for a year. So the physicality part would be there within that year, because they're gonna make you. If you pass the written test and the physical test, they know you have the capabilities of becoming that physical, or like you have the requirements. So you would be able to just go to the training, and within that 1 year training, you would be able to you'll be in fit, mentally and physically. You'll be prepared to be a firefighter, and it's definitely not an easy task, but it's rewarding. I feel like.
So how do you do like in high stress situations? Because I mean, for me,
I know, I know you.
My brother is like behind the camera right now, and he knows that I'm like I'm not good in those situations. I'm like
Ever since you middle school or elementary,
I get stressed. Like
you cried over a B one time.
I know, and I mean I know like you. I feel like you deal with this though because I mean you're also a Target employee, so you probably deal with those Karens sometimes. I'm assuming
all the time.
So like how do you manage those high stress situations?
I don't get stressed.
Don't get stressed.
I the way I view it is, if there's a conflict, it's gonna get resolved over time. Anything can get resolved. So, what's the point of stressing about it now, when you could just, there's gonna be a solution, or it's gonna get better eventually. Mm-hmm. That's the way I view it. If I'm late, I'm late. But what can I do I can't go back in time. I can't do anything about it. So I try not to stress out. It could be obviously on my mind. I could be thinking about it and just procrastinating or something like that. But I know at the end of the day, I'm going to make it work. No matter what, I'm going to make whatever has to work.
You know what's crazy too? You mentioned procrastination. It's like, for me, I stress out about procrastinating, like, as I'm procrastinating, if that makes sense. Like, it's like, I procrastinate and I'm stressing out about procrastinating.
Because you are procrastinating.
Yeah, so I'm stressed about that, but I'm like less stressed about actually completing like the task that I have to do and more stressed about like the fact that I'm procrastinating.
No, yeah.
Like,
so
it doesn't make sense.
That's just how you are.
Yeah.
That's you've always been the type. You've always been organized through everything. You mark your calendars. So I see that stressful part that you have inside your brain. Like, you get stressed a lot.
Yeah.
But like, you have the capabilities. What was your GPA at high school? You ended off high.
4 point something.
You took all the APs. You go to a 40% acceptance rate school in Boston. You haven't. So like, you got to take it a little bit easier on yourself, because you've made it this far, and you should honestly just tap on your back, because you've done an amazing job so far.
I appreciate that.
Be proud of that.
It's difficult for me, honestly, to like give myself a pat on the back, because I'm so hard on myself, and I always want to be like the best I can. And if I make any mistakes, I'm like, like, it's like at the end of the world for me if I made a mistake. Like, it shouldn't be like exactly. that. And I think a little bit of stress is important, but like, also controlling that stress.
It's not good for your health.
It's not good for the health. Like, stress is really like a major component to like a major leading cause to like a lot of health problems.
No, yeah.
So yeah, it's so important. So what are your thoughts on like the irregular like working hours that like firefighting is gonna require, and like just on duty calls, like random calls like that you have to like be on duty for?
I'm so ready for it. I cannot wait. I know so far from where we're from in Lynn.
Yeah.
I know that firefighters here, they work 2 days a week, and those 2 days are full 24-hour shifts, so 48 hours in 1 week. And then you have like 3 days off within the week, or 4 days off. Because, you say like, I think they come in at 7 o'clock every single morning. Excuse me. So they come in at 7 o'clock. They're not going to leave until 7 o'clock the next day. And then they have the whole next day, the rest of the day where they got off. And then they have the next day off. Yeah. And they come in at 7 in the morning again, and then repeat that.
Okay, so I feel like the work-life balance is there.
Exactly, and that's
the salary.
And the salary, $70,000. It's not a bad place to start, but if you work your way up to a lieutenant, captain, all that, it comes in even more.
And then you also have the business degree.
And then the business degree. So with all those days off I could start something. That's why I also chose business, because I have the opportunity to learn these valuable skills within the like major. And then I could use that to like pursue something within that degree.
Right.
On my free time of being a firefighter.
You're also CPR certified, right?
CPR certified, AED certified, first aid certified.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean,
yeah.
As a 19-year-old, right? 19.
No, yeah, and like, a lot of people. I think CPR certified should be like a thing within a lot of places. Yeah. Like, everybody should be CPR certified. It's not that hard. It's gonna take a couple hours, and you learn, and you get a certification.
I think it's really important, because you never know when you're gonna actually need that.
Someone's
like, it's really
going into cardiac arrest, something like that.
Yeah,
they're gonna need it.
It could happen at any moment.
Now I have a question for you, Joe.
What?
Do you know what CPR means? What does it stand for?
Chest.
Nope.
No.
It stands for
compression.
Nope. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
I would have never known that. That's crazy. Well, good to know. Okay, so now we're gonna shift gears, actual gears. We're gonna talk about gears now. I'm just gonna. Okay, I want to talk about your car.
Oh.
And upgrades that are coming. The modding that my brother just taught me what that meant earlier. Let's talk about that.
So, this is my third car, and sadly it's a shitty automatic. I really want manual, but I still have big visions with little money. So
Yeah.
over time, because car parts, they're fucking expensive. They are fucking.
I don't know about cars, but I know that part.
A set of wheels could cost you, not even wheels, just rims could cost you anywhere from 1,000 to like 3,000 just for the rims. And then the suspension, if you want like BC coilovers, you want to get the good ones, it's gonna be like $1,200 just to lower the car. If I want to finish my exhaust by the end of the summer, I'm gonna need like $1,500 probably.
Well, I'm gonna pretend that I know what all of those words mean.
No, yeah. I barely know what some of them mean.
Okay, so you upgraded your car, right? It's your third car, you said. You've been in accidents.
I've been in a couple. Not proud of them, but I've been in a couple.
Can you talk about those accidents?
Which one? There's been 4 different occasions.
Your most recent one.
The most recent one. Oh, this was a funny story. This is a funny story. So it was on, God, I don't remember. Fuck. I don't remember, but
whichever one.
But this is the most recent one. So me and my girlfriend were going out to eat at a nice Italian place. So we were in Middleton, and it was actually the night I was promposing to her. So
I remember this.
So I was promposing to her. So I took her out to dinner while I had all her friends and her mom help set up in the living room. Mm-hmm. So while we were doing that, we finished our food and we're on our way back. And coincidentally, they text me, the people at the house that were setting up, we need a little bit more time. Can you stall? Now, my intention wasn't to get into a fucking car accident, but we got into a fucking car accident. So I stalled the best way I could. I rear-ended somebody. He was trying to merge into the highway, and he was just stopped on a yield, and he didn't go forward when it was empty. So it was pretty late at night. Yeah. There was no cars on the highway, and I'm like, all right. He hits the brakes, he stops, and then he lets go of the brake. So I'm like already getting ready to merge. I'm looking to my left. I don't see any cars coming, and then I just gas it, getting ready to merge into the highway. The motherfucker's still there, just brake. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you actually doing? You have to be some type of like stupid to just be stopped for no reason when there's a car behind you. And then of course, I rear-ended him. So then again, that's not justified. It's still my fault. I wasn't paying attention fully.
Money. You have to pay. How much money did you have to
pay? Luckily I have full coverage.
Okay.
So, but that's like $400 I'm paying a month for my insurance. Damn. So, for my deduction, it was $1,000 I had to pay to get my car fixed, but my insurance company covered all his costs. And my insurance obviously went up a little bit, and I got 4 points added to my fucking license. So, that's it. But next year I think I'll be 21, so it like goes down a little bit. Everything goes down. So, I'm just playing it safe. We haven't been into a car accident since. That was last year. Last year around this time, probably. Or earlier. I don't remember.
All right. I mean, that's progress right there.
It's been a whole year.
Yeah. So now basically I just want to end this conversation off by just talking about what your goals are. What do you want to succeed in? It can be this summer. It can be in the next 5 to 10 years from now. Where you see yourself. Like, what are your goals?
So, honestly, my mom always wants me to, like, pursue an education. I want to get this college degree for her. I want to graduate college. But my main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, I was like, what? Like.
So my main goal, honestly, is to become a firefighter. That's all I've really wanted in my life. You know how long I've been talking about this. Yeah. Freshman year, honestly. It's just, I know when there's like situations like that where someone needs to call 911 and we have to show up on scene, it's never going to be a happy story. It's never going to be a happy ending. But knowing that I could be there for them and give them that sense of like everything's going to be okay at the end and we'll get this taken care of and we'll save everybody and help you out, that's the best feeling in the world to me, honestly. And the fire academy that I went through in this last summer, honestly, they trained me a lot. So I did the fire academy for a couple months and they put you through it. Like it was a high school course for like kids, not a high school course, but like something you did in the summertime if you didn't have anything to do. And I mainly did it because I wanted to get the experience. So they actually put us through it. They gave us all the bunker gear. They gave us like scenarios where we were in the woods. We had to save a hostage, use drones. They would smoke out rooms, set like booby traps and stuff like that. And you'd have to maneuver in smoke with air on and everything. So you only breathe through the mask. So it was like it's some intense shit, but like, it's just the rush you get through it, like the rush and the adrenaline. There's no better feeling, honestly, and I can't wait. So my main goal, be a firefighter, 5 to 10 years. I want to show up to that high school reunion.
Be successful. Be filthy rich.
And just show everybody up.
Yeah.
Show everybody up. Just prove to them. Like, everybody who's, like, had something against me, done some shit to me.
Doubted you.
Who doubted me. People who run their mouth to me. I just want to show them straight up, like, yo, this is me now. Where are you? And if they're on the same level as me, I'm not going to hate. Good for them. I'm proud of them. But at the same time, if I'm up there and they're down here, that's a problem. But let's not hope for that to be the outcome. I hope everybody, I don't have any enemies in this world. I don't have anything against anybody. I hope, like, I wish success upon everybody. Everybody who really wants it and, like, works towards it, they deserve happiness, eternal happiness.
Eternal happiness.
And success. That's truly what they need.
Yeah. Perfect. I mean, that's perfectly said. Very mature of you to say all of that. And honestly, like, you're really driven, you're passionate, and I think that shows by everything that you've said. And I honestly really, truly see a lot of success in your future. And
thank you.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, to be honest. There's nothing that you need to change. Just keep working as hard as you are. And honestly, I really see you making an impact. Like, you're not gonna leave this world without leaving a mark, and I really do see that.
And that's something also that was in my head. I don't want to go down as a hero. I don't want to go down as like someone who's like did this or did that. I just want to go down as someone who know they, like, people know of me, that I tried my best. I always gave all my effort, and I was caring. That's all I want people to know about me, and I always just tried my best.
That's all you need. That's really all you need. All right, well, I mean, that's it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Steven, for being on the podcast. It was really a pleasure. And yeah, so thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure, Jaeel. You want to make a handshake real quick?
Let's do it. Yo! There goes Lulu. There goes Lulu.
All right, guys.
Okay. See ya.
This is Zeroed In. We out.